Hey, you. Yeah, you've got biases too. Ever made a snap judgment about someone? Come on, be honest. We all have. It's human nature. But these gut reactions, they can be influenced by something sneaky called implicit bias. Don't worry, this isn't about pointing fingers. It's about understanding how these hidden biases can mess things up at work. Think about it. Hiring decisions, promotions, who gets heard in meetings. Bias sneaks in everywhere. But here's the good news: by learning about implicit bias, we can create fairer, more inclusive workplaces. Ready to ditch the bias blinders? Let's get real, people. Nobody's perfect. We all carry biases, often without even realizing it. But by acknowledging and addressing them, we can make a real difference. All right, let's break it down. Imagine your brain as a giant filing cabinet. Over time, it's stuffed with information and experiences shaping your views on everything. Implicit bias? That's like the dusty, forgotten files in the back. They contain unconscious attitudes and stereotypes about different groups. These biases aren't always intentional or malicious. They're often formed from things we've seen or heard throughout our lives: media portrayals, cultural norms, even our own upbringing. And here's the kicker: they can influence our decisions and interactions without us even knowing it. Think you're immune? Think again. Studies show that even the most well intentioned people can harbor implicit biases. They operate on a subconscious level, making them tricky to catch. But don't worry, we'll give you the tools to spot them. Let's bring this down from the clouds and into the workplace. Remember those hiring decisions we talked about? Imagine two candidates with equal qualifications, one named John and the other named Jamal. Studies show that unconscious bias can lead hiring managers to favor John simply because of his name. Crazy, right? But it doesn't stop there. Implicit bias rears its ugly head in performance reviews, promotions, even who gets invited to that after work happy hour. It can create a workplace where some some people feel valued and heard while others feel invisible or misunderstood. Ever notice how certain voices tend to dominate meetings while others are constantly interrupted or talked over? Yeah, implicit bias could be at play. It's time to start paying attention to these dynamics and create a more level playing field for everyone. Section 4: The upside of unmasking bias. Better decisions, happier teams. Now, before you start feeling hopeless, let's talk about the good stuff. Addressing implicit bias isn't just the right thing to do, it's also good for business. When we create a workplace that values diversity and inclusion, we unlock a whole lot of awesome. Think about it. Diverse perspectives lead to better problem solving and innovation. When everyone feels respected and included, they're more likely to be engaged and productive. And let's not forget about attracting top talent. Creating a culture where everyone feels valued requires a conscious effort. It's about challenging our own assumptions, listening to different perspectives, and creating a space where everyone feels safe to speak their minds. Section 5: Time to step up. Your turn to make a difference. So, there you have it. Implicit bias is real, it's sneaky, and it's up to all of us to do something about it. The first step: acknowledging that we all have biases, even if we don't want to admit it. Once you've faced that reality, it's time to get proactive. Educate yourself about implicit bias and its impact. Challenge your own assumptions and be mindful of your words and actions. And most importantly, speak up when you see bias in action. Now, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on implicit bias? Have you experienced it firsthand? Share your stories, your insights, and let's keep this conversation going. Because together we can create workplaces that are fairer, more inclusive, and just plain better for everyone.